2020, a year which has been in equal doses wildly unpredictable and at times painfully predictable. This year has seen empires fall and new ones rise to take their place. It's shown us the best in people and it's shown us the worst in people.
I was at a hospital the other night where I think there were actually a few coronavirus patients, and I shook hands with everybody, you'll be pleased to know.
There's been ups, there's been downs, but there's one thing for sure. 2020 has been a year to remember. Actually, no. There weren't many ups, were there? Let's be honest. It was mainly downs, and as soon as the new year rolls in, I'm going to forget about this sordid affair of a year and just leave it in the past. To be honest, it's been a bit of an Ed Sheeran kind of year. Do you know what I mean? You're constantly reminded of its existence, but to be honest, you'd rather it didn't. Feel free to come at me in the comment section down below, Ed Sheeran fans. I'll just be glad for the human interaction, because it's been that kind of year.
Everybody hurts.
It's been a bit of a train wreck of a year, but the great thing about train wrecks is that we can all gather around and collectively have a laugh at it. I'm metaphorically speaking, of course, because I'm not going to laugh at literal train wrecks. That might be a bit problematic. I'm not that desperate for content yet. Not yet. Thankfully, 2020 has dealt out its fair share of rain, but you replace that R with a naughty little P. And that means that this video will be chock full of content. So, hope you enjoy that. Let's get right into it. Right after you've hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I've got all day. All day. Right, let's get into it. So welcome to the world's very first YouTube's Worst Awards. So today we're starting off with everyone's favourite, the thing that's probably got me and a lot of others, I'm sure, through the year. That's right, it's drama! Christ, I hate that, did that. What was that? So let's talk about the worst drama on YouTube this year, and by that I don't mean things that are genuinely scandalous and worthy of your time and attention, like Jake Paul being raided by the FBI, or Shane Dawson's entire career. No, I mean the kind of drama that makes you think, how do people actually care about this? But then you remember that quite a lot of people like Jeffree Star, and quite a lot of people think Nando's is the best restaurant around. And it starts to make a lot more sense. Oh, I've got Ed Sheeran, I've got Nando's. I'm just begging for the dislikes at this point. Sorry. The first nomination for Worst Drama of the Year is the Damelio's drama from a couple of months back. And if you aren't up to date on what happened, let me give you a quick rundown. So, famous TikTok and YouTube stars Charli and Damelio were in quite a bit of drama and had quite a bit of hate sent their way a few months back for this video.
Dinner with the Demelios, where we invite a person. Actually, we didn't invite anyone because we have no idea who's coming, but we're gonna have a special guest tonight. They're going to sit right there and we're going to have dinner, get to know someone, and we have no idea who it is.
And unless that mystery guest is the resurrected corpse of Maggie Thatcher, then I'd say that's about the most inoffensive, unproblematic video going. And to clarify, it's not Maggie Thatcher's corpse. That mystery guest is James Charles, who in fairness is a better, more likeable, more attractive woman in every way than Margaret Thatcher. Which is saying something, because he's a man. But what started the fuss was that Charli said this.
Wait, whoa.
In 1 year.
If we're thinking about it, okay, how far away is that's Friday? Okay. Ugh, I wish I had like more time. Cause imagine if I hit 100 mil a year after hitting a mil.
Was the 95 not enough for you?
Well, I was just like saying like even number.
Which is terrible, obviously. Shame on you, Charli. Shame. You know, this girl's 16 and she has been thrust into mega fame. Not even just like normal fame, it's like extraordinary. I can't imagine she can go anywhere and not be noticed by at least 100 people. It will be insane, and I think for a 16-year-old she cuts with that pretty well, and honestly being motivated is the reason she's there in the first place, so I can't see any issue with this. And I think if that's the worst thing that people can pin on her, that's probably pretty telling that she's actually dealing with that fame pretty well, and she's, at least as far as I can tell, a pretty decent human being. And importantly, like I said, 16. 16-year-olds. You're allowed to be a little bit immature and a little brash when you're 16. Hell, when I was 16, I still thought that Paramore sucks. Paramore? Slap. Like hard. Like really hard. Whatever Charli's done at the age of 16, if she said that she wants 5 million more followers and made a little joke about it, it's nothing compared to that. How stupid I was. Plus, if we add to that Trisha Paytas came out quite strongly condemning and criticising Charli D'Amelio and Dixie D'Amelio, then I'd say that actually Charli's probably not done anything that wrong. As a general rule in life, I like to take the side that Trisha Paytas is on and then go to the other side.
Sorry, just you have been completely rude to me multiple times, saying she doesn't have a personality, she can't dance, she's basic. Like, you have your own problems, please stop worrying about mine. And that's all I have to say on that. Quite honestly, please stop talking about me. You're not a very nice person.
So Charli called me out on her live. Now Charli is a minor, so I'm going to try and just handle this with literal kid gloves because she is a child and I understand that. It's concerning how her parents raised her and that she's hanging out with James Charles because now she has adopted James Charles' mentality of the keep my name out of your mouth. She told me to stop talking about her and that she's been rude that I've been rude when she's literally the most followed person on social media. That's what she signed up for. And I haven't been rude. I've given constructive criticism as far as this situation goes because I really do feel for her. And I do think it is her parents' poor raising that gave them the manners that they have.
Trisha Paytas could come out tomorrow and be like, it's a really bad idea to have a fight with a tiger. And I'd be like, Trisha, no. Because the thing is, if you actually win that fight with a tiger in hand-to-hand combat, hand-to-paw combat, in hand-to-claw combat, then you know what? You've bloody won a fight with a tiger, Trisha. How much street cred is that? So actually, I'm going to put it out there. Pretty great idea. The other thing that happened was that Dixie D'Amelio at the table overreacted to eating a snail.
And it brings you good luck and good fortune to eat it.
Try
it
it.
tastes like when a big wave hits you.
Do it.
And you,
Does it actually bring you good luck?
good luck and good fortune, yes.
Liars.
Just do it.
Oh, Dixie, wait.
No, you're getting.
Yummy.
See? Look at this.
It sometimes happens when. Oh God.
So dramatic.
Don't be so dramatic. dude.
Excuse yourself.
Is she being real? Or is she
Yeah.
being dramatic?
Is it a bit much? Yes. Are snails delicious? Hell yeah. Is it the same reaction that you get from any 40-year-old with a live, laugh, love wall decal? Yes, it really is. So maybe we shouldn't cancel her for something that's that level of bad. If she actually got a live, laugh, love wall decal, then maybe we should cancel her actually. Yeah, maybe we should. Comment your support for that down below. Cancel live, laugh, love. Let's get it trending. Another drama that's up for the award of Worst Drama of the Year is the Dreams speedrun drama, which is incredibly recent, and if you don't know who he is, like I didn't maybe a month back, he is a Minecraft YouTuber, and he's pretty big on the platform. He's got about 13 million subscribers last time I checked. This year he completed a speedrun of the game, which put him pretty high up in the world rankings of Minecraft speedrunners, and a channel called GeoSquare came out and supposedly exposed him for cheating and tampering with the game.
Out there. I mean, I like the guy too. At the very least, maybe this does pose a plausible motive. Even if Dream wasn't looking for any placement results, getting good RNG is just way more fun and entertaining to watch. You can't really fault the guy for wanting a more enjoyable casual experience. The only problem is if he was passing it off as an officially legitimate speedrun. Again, our collective decision as moderators is just based on the objective math, not the theories or feelings around it. But by every metric we've tried, it seems that Dream's odds are just unexplainable.
Dream responded with his own video.
Probability. Probability is the measurement of how likely something is to happen. Recently, one of my speedruns that I did on Twitch has been analyzed by the speedrun.com volunteer mod team and deemed as improbable to a degree that is nearly impossible. So lucky, in fact, that they came to the mathematical conclusion that it had 1 in 7.5 trillion odds of happening. So they put out a video and a long document talking about it, and this is my response.
For some people, this video cleared his name completely. For other people, he's still guilty as ever, and opinions vary wildly between those two. But honestly, I saw it and thought, people care about this. Oh, people really care. Why do people care? After all, it's a game, and a really fun one for sure. Don't get me wrong, I know that people enjoy it and people care about it, but honestly, it's Lego on your computer. It's not that deep. You're definitely not going to hit bedrock anytime soon. Yep, send me to comedy jail. I need it. And the final contender for worst drama of the year is the sisters Teddy Fresh drama between James Charles and Ethan Klein from H3H3, because this thing has been rumbling on for a while now, mainly spearheaded by Ethan, and honestly, I'm sick of it.
I didn't know, we didn't invent color blocking, which is, again, something that I really stand behind, because color blocking is very popular, and a lot of people do color blocks, and I would never dream of saying, you know, oh, you own color block. We own color blocking, and you're stealing. So, but the thing is here is that I'm having a hard time with his merch, because this is the exact same design as Hila's. And combined with the fact that his audience is so huge, they're going to start accusing us of plagiarism. What do you think? So here's his hoodie. And then here's our hoodie. It's the same sleeve color.
Hi, sisters.
Teal and purple. The same body color. It's just a little lighter, really. Same hood. Even the hood and the drawstring are yellow. The sleeves.
It's up in the air whether James took that design from Teddy Fresh or he took it elsewhere. It probably wasn't even him. It was probably a member of his design team, because I would imagine he has several teams for all his different projects, because he's that huge on the platform, and that's just kind of the way it goes. But I personally think, yeah, someone in his design team probably did look at Teddy Fresh and just say, I'll nick that. I'm not too bothered by it. I don't think it's the end of the world, even if it's a slightly scummy move. But the worst thing about this whole drama is that it led to this cursed TikTok.
Let me sit this ass on you.
So basically, I hate it. That's awful. And TikTok's audience skews younger, which means that a lot of kids are going to be haunted for life if they've seen that. I know I am personally. I can't imagine what it would do if I was 12. Ethan Klein, James Charles, my sleep paralysis demon. That's all the nominees for worst drama of the year, and the winner is the Damelio's drama, because it's pretty clear that people were just looking for any excuse to bring two successful young women down and cancel them in some way, because people just don't like to see them being successful, and they didn't really do anything wrong. So I just want to call out that BS. On to the next category we go, which is worst apology of 2020, because honestly, nothing quite says internet influencers, nothing quite says YouTube like a terrible apology. Whether it seems written by a PR team, it completely fumbled in a video, or they couldn't be bothered and they just put out a little tweet apologising. It's just something that we're all used to at this point, but I feel like we should go down the apologies of this year and just acknowledge which were the worst, because there were some bad ones. Let's start with the king of never being genuine. That's right, your favourite and mine, definitely, Jeffree Star. He's YouTube's very own Disney villain. He's the only person on YouTube that I would genuinely worry if I made a commentary video about, he would put a hit on me. But here we are. So if you don't see a video from me in the next 2 weeks, well, send help.
Everyone. I guess yesterday there was a bunch of drama with other people not involving me, but people still want to mention my name. First of all, I have no idea what happened. I don't give a fuck what happened. I'm too busy worrying about me, myself, my family, and I don't care. I don't entertain it. So if you were friends with me and you're not anymore, keep my fucking name out of your mouth, bitch!
Yeah, he seems a great guy. I think that might be the first time I've felt threatened by someone in a bright pink dressing gown. It's quite a feat. Well, when Dramageddon reared its ugly head again, and Tati came out with a video. Tati? Tatty. And Tatty came out with a video. Jeffree brought out his paint by numbers apology again. It goes a little like this. He's reflected.
For the first time in a very long time, I'm really reflecting on my behavior and mine alone.
Meaningless rhetoric.
That is the opposite of who I am. I know I'm dramatic, I'm crazy at times, I'm outspoken, but at the end of the day, that is not who I am.
He's changed from the past him.
But when you accept that you are the problem, you can become the solution.
He distracts from his wrongdoings with a cynical comment about something that has absolutely nothing to do with the situation.
Breonna Taylor still has no justice. Black trans women are being murdered every day and the news is silent. Elijah McClain has no justice, and the countless other people who are murdered every single day while everyone just goes about their business.
And he turns off those pesky comments because a successful apology is always one that isn't open to conversation or feedback. Isn't that right? Oh wait. No, that's not right at all. Also, can we just talk about what the hell's going on in this scene? If his aim was to distract from his terrible apology with an abundance of crushed velvet, then good job, Jeffree. You've nailed it, mate. That seems like if Gatsby decided to grow out his hair a bit and then dabble with branding himself a Nazi for a while. Let's take a little sidestep to Jeffree Star's good friend, Shane Dawson.
Now, Shane Dawson, he is one of my best friends.
Who it's fair to say had one hell of a year in the worst way possible. Some chickens came home to roost, that's for sure. Actually, it's probably not a good idea to mention animals in the same context as Shane, is it? Yeah. Bad phrasing. Around the same point as Jeffree Star's apology, Shane Dawson released a video apologising for a lot of his misdeeds in the last 10 years. And there were a lot. A lot came out this year that was previously mentioned but never really gained the proper spotlight that it should have of his problematic and really quite worrying behaviour of the last 10 years. And he released a video being very vague but apologising for it, generally, some of the things. It wasn't the worst apology video ever, but it wasn't great.
From fear. It's me sitting at home thinking the whole world hates me and crying and hyperventilating and then just turning on a webcam and just saying I'm sorry and then hoping people know I'm a good person and then it'll go away. And that is stupid. That is something that a child does. Clips that people are bringing up. So there's a clip that has been going around again. A few years ago is when it came out. And they cut out all the parts where I said, pedophilia is disgusting. And they put it together and it made it seem like I was, talking about how it's normal. So gross. I would never say that. But also, I shouldn't have been joking about it anyways, which is my problem, my fault.
Nevertheless, things only got worse for Shane. The tides of the internet kind of turned, and we saw people hold him to account properly for the first time ever. Things definitely weren't looking great for Shane. Even worse, when he released this Instagram Live, which was not a good look.
I can't. I don't want to say mean things about people. This is insane. This person literally... Oh my god. Okay, sorry, keep pressing play. I need to get through this video so I can... Oh my god.
As a victim of abuse myself...
Oh my god. You are so manipulative.
To think of facing public...
You're fake crying. You are fake crying. That is not real. Oh my god.
If your currency is being relatable, which to a certain extent as an internet influencer, of course it is, roaming around your mansion in LA and screaming at a TV saying that somebody is lying and wasn't manipulated, then that's not a good look, is it? That's coming from me. Have you seen me? I wouldn't know a good look if it punched me in the face. Oh wait. Yeah, it was. Another contender for worst apology of the year is Tony Lopez, who was found to be DMing a 15-year-old explicit messages, which is obviously abhorrent. So if I make any jokes about this, then know that it's to add a bit of levity, and I just think that he shouldn't be in the position that he's in. That should kind of be rescinded if you're found to be doing something like that. Keep it in your pants, mate. Stick to the renegade. So when this blew back in his face and it came out, he did release an apology, but not on TikTok where you can do a live and he would get to his largest audience. No, he decided to do it on his Instagram, which is significantly smaller than his TikTok, and he did a live.
First of all, just want to come on here and, as a young man, take accountability and responsibility for my actions and know that they were wrong. Understand how shitty I'd feel. But I have to understand this and learn from it, grow from it. I'm not gonna hide and run away and act like shit's not going on, but I know it was wrong. And I'm just gonna hold myself accountable.
You know you fucked up when you made the decision to dye your hair that colour, which makes it look like they've made a corporate rebrand of clowns to make them fit in with the era of TikTok, and that's not even the biggest problem that you're facing right now. The final contender is Tana Mongeau's awful apology from earlier this year, which honestly, with it being Tana Mongeau, could be a plethora of things she was apologising for, from her partying during the peak of a pandemic to her general behaviour over the last 3 or 4 years. Honestly, it's up in the air. And the video itself didn't clear anything up because it was incredibly vague. She didn't really clarify much at any point. It was a general apology which honestly didn't satisfy anyone.
I want to apologize for how long this video has taken. There is no excuse, reason, or thing I could say to make that okay, and I want to take full accountability for that. However, I understand that my actions, even over the past few weeks, have not been hand in hand with accountability, and that's a journey that I am beginning with this video. I also understand with the white privilege that I possess, I have no right to ask or expect forgiveness from anyone that I have hurt with my actions. Over the past few months, I have seen the explosive effects of what running from your problems can do, and how many people you can hurt by doing that.
But I think that nothing sums it up better than this comment that I saw in the comment section on that video. You know it's a bad apology when you don't even know what she's apologising for. I have no better way of summarising what the problem with that video was than that comment right there. Brianna coming in with that slam dunk. Definitely a category full of awfulness. Peak 2020 stuff. But I'm going to have to give this one to Tony Lopez because he brought out a vague, rhetoric-filled, wet fart of an apology. You're not learning, mate. You look like a clown. You're acting like a clown. And it's just not on. Woo, it's getting heavy in here, isn't it? Maybe we should go to a slightly cheerier topic. So, here's the biggest simp of 2020. We've only got 2 nominees for this one. We've got Will N.E. for his repeated use of Belle Delphine in videos and thumbnails. Who do that? Honestly, what a loser. What a simp. One day. It's true. I'm a B-Tech Will N.E. No, I'm not even a B-Tech Will N.E. I'm not good enough to be a B-Tech Will N.E. I'm a City and Guilds Will N.E. Now will be a hilarious moment for me to insert a City and Guilds sponsorship. So if you're interested in City and Guilds, let's hook up, let's make it work. Our other nominees are iDubbbz, who had a pretty interesting start of the year when he hit back at his own fan base for the criticism they were sending Anissa Joma, his girlfriend, because of her decision to start an OnlyFans. Because that's any of their business. When he released his video on sex workers, it was pretty heavily focused on this situation, and some of his fans didn't take too well to it, probably because he had a pretty combative tone towards them.
You lied to us. First of all, I'm not your dad. Like, if you don't want to look up to me anymore, that's fine. I don't want you to look up to me. First up, we got Edward. He probably got told by a lot of people that he looks like iDubbbz, and he really liked that because iDubbbz was cool. But now that iDubbbz is a simp, now he's gonna go in full baby Wawa mode.
Honestly, I back iDubbbz 100% on that. I think that he was absolutely in the right, and I think the way that he's ran with the joke since is quite funny, to be honest. I didn't have a channel to cover it at the time, and yes, this part was just an excuse for me to talk about it and talk about how fucking stupid it was. that anybody had a problem with him defending his girlfriend's right to start an OnlyFans. So it's pretty clear that I don't think iDubbbz is a simp, but there needs to be an award given out for biggest simp of 2020, and that person is... it's me. That's right, surprise nominee, surprise RKO, out of nowhere. It's me. I'm biggest simp of 2020. I'm nominated myself, and I've voted myself in. It feels good to be a winner. Feels damn good. But it wasn't just me who nominated myself to be simp of the year. No, 3 days ago, this dog told me that I was a simp as well. So I think that's a pretty closed case. Now, what about the biggest L of 2020? Who had a moment that made you want to die of second-hand embarrassment? Well, it's fair to say there's been a few. Let's start with Dixie Damelio. You know, earlier I mentioned that she didn't really do anything wrong with the whole Snailgate thing. That's right, I'm calling it Snailgate now. We're going to make it catch on. Please comment down in the comment section below. #Snailgate. While she didn't do anything wrong in that event itself, in the aftermath and the feud with Trisha Paytas, I think that she did have a bit of a slip up, which was a big L to take, to say the least, because she did a TikTok dance to Trisha Paytas rapping NWA and just butchering the song. Just a terrible, terrible attempt. But in it, she said the N-word.
The police coming straight from the underground. A young got a bag cause I'm brown and not the other color, so police think they have the authority to kill a minority, but fuck that shit.
I think it's pretty clear that Dixie's intention with this was to highlight that Trisha was comfortable with saying the N-word, which as a white woman she really shouldn't be, and there's no surprise there. Trisha Paytas is and forever will be Trisha Paytas. It becomes a problem in and of itself when you are a white person dancing with a big cheesy grin on your face to something which could be seen as quite racist. I don't think that Dixie Damelio is a racist person. I just think it was a silly little mistake, but definitely an L. Jake Paul's had a really interesting year, from seeming completely relevant at some points to seeming pretty irrelevant at other points, releasing music that some people actually rate and think is pretty good. Not me. I think it's wank. I think it's pretty wank. But he's done a lot this year. He's won 2 boxing matches quite convincingly. On a completely unrelated note, Jake Paul, I actually take back what I said earlier. I am your biggest fan. I really like you. And if we were to ever meet in person, like, don't feel any need to kind of punch me or get aggressive with me in any way, because I'm not worried about it, but like, I am your biggest fan. He did, however, take the L this year when the FBI raided his house.
Jake Paul's California mansion has been raided by the FBI.
No surprise on that, really. He's trying to make himself look like the whitest version of Pablo Escobar to have ever existed. But Jake didn't take as hard an L as Nate Robinson, the ex-NBA star who he boxed recently.
He's singing the hymns. He's trying to get
That lad went down as hard as your mum did on me last night. Got you. No, I'm only kidding. No, your mum wasn't anywhere near me last night. I'm deeply alone. Finally, for the biggest L of the year, I'm putting forward Jeffree Star. That's right, you can't get away from the man. But at least this time, it's because he took a big fat L. And that was that not only did Morpheus advertise with him this year, but so did his boyfriend. And his wallet.
Jeffree Lynn got a little played. I just wanted my stuff back. It's all good. I'm sure I'm never gonna get it. I know I can go rebuy it tomorrow. It's just weird. And I'm not about being around weird energy.
Now, obviously, we don't want to see anyone get robbed, but if it had to be someone, rich as hell, walking, talking, sleep paralysis demon Jeffree Star is not one that I'm going to lose much sleep over, because honestly, I'm not going to cry about it. And the winner of biggest L of 2020 is Jeffree Star, not only for what I've just mentioned, but for all that crushed velvet in his apology video. A self-dealt blow there from Jeffree Star. You hate to see it, you really do. Right, that brings us to the end of this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. I know it's been a longer one, but I thought that I may as well make a longer one, not only to cap off the year, but also to thank you for 1,000 subscribers. That is mental. That was my really aspirational goal for the start of this year, and we've managed it, which is crazy to me. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. You've taken what could have been the worst year of my life, and you've given me something that is tangible and positive, and it means the world. So thank you. I hope you had a nice 2020, as nice as possible, and leading into 2021, I know we'll make it our year, and it will be better. Thank you.